So at the table we have Leland Irving, Quintin Laing, and Ben Walter. Dan, can I ask you to start with the three gentlemen?
Sounds good. You guys can feel free to field this question if you like. I'm just curious if you can just reflect on the season. It's still fresh.
Well, I think the season went very well. Looking at all the records that we broke for a franchise with wins and points by players and goals, and I think it went very well, especially with all the call-ups and the guys getting injured. I thought we managed through it very well, and I think everybody had promising hopes for the playoffs, and we just kind of ran into a roadblock against Toronto. But overall, I think it was a very successful year with the development of certain guys and guys having career years, and so I think overall, I think it was a very good season.
Extremely interesting season for yourself. Big start here, the NHL playing in the second half, big father, and you just reflect on a bit of a wild ride in some respects.
Yeah, the season went by pretty quick. Obviously got off to a good start, and we had the team had a lot of success down here early on. And then unfortunately for Carlson, you ended up with the knee injury, but I felt I was able to kind of take advantage of that situation, and it was an exciting time. Get the first NHL start and first win, and definitely the highlight of my life came after that. April 5th, I had a new baby girl, so just real exciting season, and a few ups and downs along the way, but it felt like I accomplished a lot.
What was it like? I guess the playoffs. Obviously you got just came at an odd time of the season. What was the whole situation?
It was tough. I mean, like any athlete, I wanted to be in there. I wanted to be the guy that was between the pipes, but Danny played great. He got on a hot streak at the right time, and he played really well. I mean, you can't fault the coaches for wanting to play him, and the only person I can blame is myself. And I could have went in there and played better. Obviously would have liked to, but it was just an adjustment. Coming back from Calgary to readjust to the speed, and it just took me a little while to find my game. I did eventually get it back together, but we were too far into playoffs by that point, and you just had to keep rolling with Danny.
With all the ups and downs of going back and forth to Calgary, how do you try to deal with disruptions to your rhythms and your schedules and your routines?
It's tough. It's something I'm gonna have to learn to deal with, and find a way to make that adjustment quicker. I ended up just really working and focusing on letting the puck come to me, and working on just tracking it better and just simplifying my game, and that seemed to help a lot.
Ben, your first year in this organization, could you speak to what Abbotsford feels like versus some of the other homes you've had in the American Hockey League, and what would you tell other players about playing in this market for this organization?
Well, I mean, first of all, I had a great time playing here. We had such a good group of guys. The team was probably one of the best teams I've played on in my career, as far as skill-wise and how good the players were and how good the guys were. But the organization as a whole just treats you so well. We go through, the travel's tough. Like, you have to go through quite a bit with the travel, but they make it as easy as they can on us. And I really feel like they're building something here, and it's going to be a place where players are going to want to play. And I think we're going to continue to have success here. So, it was a great year, in a lot of ways, but it was also one of the most disappointing years for me, because I really felt like we had a great team, and we could have still been playing right now.
Restricted free some priorities as you approach that, perhaps as opposed to this time last year? There may be more of a sense of an opportunity.
Yeah, again, that's it's kind of out of my control. I mean, I did my part on the ice, and that'll be for management and my GM to negotiate a deal there. I love playing in this organization. I love Abbotsford. Love Calgary. Obviously this is where I want to be. So it's out of my control at this point though.
Hey, Quintin, Cam Tucker from the Vancouver Sun. You're a veteran player. What was it like playing for Troy Ward this season, and what does he bring to the table as a coach?
Well, he demands a lot, and as a player, you want that. I think that's why he brings the best out of everybody. When we got sent down from Calgary, one of his first messages was excellence is tolerated, perfection is preferred, and that's kind of the way we went the whole season. And he also had a little saying that he just wanted us to go 1-0 every day, and that's how we broke it down. He did everything we could, or everything as a player you could ask, he helped you with, whether it be on the ice or off the ice. I think he wanted to improve you as a person first, and that just translated to on the ice. He always talked to me about being a better father and helping me out that way, and giving me little tips for providing leadership for the younger players and in the dressing room. And I think we really communicated well. And yeah, I mean, he just he's a very passionate guy, and he wants to win, but I think he wants to make you a better man first, and then that just translates to being a better hockey player.
On that level, does that make you want to play for the guy more?
It does. It does. When you have a head coach that cares about you as a person first, I think that that makes you want to play harder and compete harder and win for the guy. So, yeah, I think it does.
Obviously, you want all the players want to get to the NHL as soon as possible after moving out of junior. But if you look at the guys, say like Corey Schneider, who spent a few years in the American League developing his game, he's found great success. Do you kind of look at that as maybe a model to follow?
Yeah, I think so for sure. There's been a lot of guys that Corey Crawford's another guy that spent quite a bit of time in the American League and has now found himself a comfortable spot in the NHL. Schneider's a future number one and more than likely a superstar in the NHL. So looking at those guys' career paths and how they spent time in the AHL and developed their games down here before going up, it's just gives me a lot of confidence knowing that I'm on the right path. It might not have happened as quickly as I would have liked, but I think especially this year, having a full-time goalie coach and just being able to get in a lot of games the last couple of years has really helped my development. That's a conversation I've had with Jamie McLennan, over the years, and you don't want to be up for just the way he put it. You want to be up for just a cup of tea. You want to be up for the whole meal. So, that's my goal. I want to be. I don't want to just be up there. I want to be able to win and be one of the top goalies. And the American League's the best place to develop those skills.
For all three, we'll start with Ben on this one. Starting with your days playing minor hockey, of course, for you, this is close to home. Is there any one individual, and if so, can you name who they are that has really helped you in your minor hockey career to get to the level that you're at right now?
Well, sitting right in front of you, probably the biggest one. My dad coached me, all through minor hockey, and I grew up, when I was younger, I was always hanging around the dressing room and just hanging out with hockey players all the time. But I had a few coaches growing up that helped. Rick Lance coached me in Langley for 2 years in junior, and he really helped with the transition. Like what to expect going into college and into the pro hockey game. So I think all of us probably have numerous people that have helped us along, and maybe we wouldn't be where we are without those people. So definitely very grateful.
But,
Well, the same as Ben. My father coached me all through minor hockey, and then he played hockey as well with the Edmonton Oilers and the WHA. So he had a lot of helpful tips, and he provided a lot of guidance just to know what to expect when junior started, and but also being from a small town, it's there's a lot of people involved, and I think it's just people that helped my dad out when you got to drive 2 hours through a blizzard to get to a game. I had lots of neighbors driving me, and also to my brothers. I got a couple of younger brothers, so that's all we did was play hockey growing up, and so I think it's just a family thing. Everybody in your family is involved, and they help you out throughout the way.
Yeah, like the guys said, it takes the entire village pretty much to get you there. And, there's a lot of people along the way that have helped me, but without a doubt, the single most important person is my older brother Kirk. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. I mean, he's extremely competitive, great athlete, and we played just hours and hours, whether it was street hockey or downstairs in the basement or even on the front lawn. We were very competitive, and we made each other better.
and on a side note for Leland, how's mom doing?
Doing great. Yeah.
Were you in conversation with her all the time before the birth?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. I was able to be there through the entire birth, and very special time. Something I'll never forget.
Has it changed your outlook on life in general? We were talking earlier on about when you're a dad, you've got your daughter growing up now, and how you just look at some things that used to be funny, now they're not.
Yeah, it gives you a whole different perspective on life, and it's good though. You think of things differently. Just become a lot more responsible, and like you said, some of those jokes aren't so funny anymore.
Ben, what is it about small towns in Canada that just seem to be putting up more professional hockey players than in the past?
Well, I mean, I think everyone, most kids grow up, wanting to play hockey or enjoying watching hockey, and I think even more so in the small towns. I think, it's, whether it's in somewhere where you can skate outside, or you're playing road hockey all the time, and if you're living in a big city, maybe you're not able to do that as much growing, when you're younger. So I think, I know I was born in Montreal. We used to go skate outside, and then when we moved out here, I was still always playing road hockey with my friends and stuff like that. So, I think it's just the mindset of kids growing up that they want to do it, and then maybe they're able to play more growing up in a small town.
When your father, who you idolized as a hockey player?
As a hockey player, I think a lot of people might know him, but Travis Moan. He's a small town kid from Saskatchewan who, unfortunately, his dad passed away when he was playing in juniors, and he had to help out with the family farm, and he went through a lot to keep playing hockey and to do as well as he has done. I had him in Norfolk too. He was a rookie in Norfolk, and we lived together, and so I mean, his story. He's gone through a lot, and to do what he's done in his career, winning a Stanley Cup, and he had 8 or 9 goals that postseason, and it's just he is an amazing story, and he's a few years younger than me, but he's one of the players I really look up to as a person and as a hockey player.
One or two more questions for the guys.
Leland, what's the big difference between American League hockey and NHL hockey?
Probably the biggest difference is just the speed of the game. They skate a little faster in NHL, and the shots are released quicker. Like the that extra half second that you have to hold the puck in the American League. You don't really get that time in the NHL. I think that's part of the thing I struggled with. I was, not being patient enough and overreacting when I came back down, and I was getting beat through me, which is not a tendency, especially being a small guy. If you're in position, you don't want anything going through you. So it was frustrating. It took me a while to readjust.
Ben, it was a big season for you with your 400 point and also sixth consecutive 50-point season. Just talk to us a bit about how you were able to stay so consistent and put up such good numbers.
Well, it's just I've played with some good players over the years, played on some good teams, and I've been fortunate enough to play for teams and for coaches that have had confidence in me and have counted on me to provide offense or used me in a lot of situations, and I think that's the biggest thing. You get the ice time, you get out there on the power play, you play with good players. You're able to put up some numbers, and I think the other thing is I've been able to stay away from injuries, significant injuries throughout my career, which has allowed me to play more games, and so it's something I'm proud of. I'm proud to have been consistent over the years, and I'm happy with how the year went for sure.
One more. I just want to know, we can start with Leland on this one, for all three of you. If you weren't playing hockey, what would you be doing?
That's a good question. I don't know. I love to golf, so if I could do something it's hard to be that good to play professionally, but something in the golf industry would definitely get my attention.
Probably coaching would be what I'd be doing.
I don't know. Maybe teaching, or just living on a beach somewhere.
That's what we call living the dream. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.